This episode of D-News is brought to you by the Buy Power card from Capital One. Every purchase brings you closer to a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac vehicle.
Japanese scientists have recently successfully turned mice translucent. Hi there, viewers. Julian here for D-News. Translucent animals are more common than you probably think in that they actually already exist. Most of the naturally occurring ones are found in the deep ocean. There's so little light down there that reflecting any can turn them into a tasty piece of deep-sea horror sushi. So a lot of deep-sea critters are see-through to avoid that. Or you might notice a lot of them are red or transparent pink, because red light's long wavelength means it has low energy and doesn't penetrate water well. Thus, animals that only reflect red light are essentially invisible down there. Isn't science neat? Up here, there's not much point in having transparent skin. There's so much light that being a gooey, see-through blob of floating bones and organs is gonna be a little bit more noticeable than being the same color as your surroundings. So it doesn't really make sense. Of course, scientists aren't hampered by your precious logic, and it bred frogs and goldfish to have see-through skin. Researchers in Japan took the most pale ones they could find and kept breeding them together. The goal is to be able to observe the internal organs while the animal is still alive, making it easier to keep track of tumor growth and how they react to chemicals. This, for me, raises an important philosophical question. No, it's not, should scientists play God? I want to know what you call a see-through goldfish. But now there's a way to turn skin, brains, lungs, the whole shebang except for the bones, clear. A team at the Riken Quantitative Biology Center in Osaka pulled off the trick on mice by flushing out their circulatory systems with saline and then pumping a chemical through them for 2 weeks. The chemical removes heme from the mice. Heme is found in most tissues and is the heme part of hemoglobin. It's the compound in blood that binds oxygen and also gives it its red tint. Fun fact, your blood is always red, regardless of whether or not it has oxygen. Remember what I said about red light not being able to penetrate well because of its low energy? Well, that is why your veins look blue under your skin. Totally transparent mice make it possible to see the cellular networks inside the tissue. Hiroki Ueda, who led the team, hopes it can be used to gain a better understanding of cancer or autoimmune diseases by being able to observe how they develop without having to dissect the mice. As it so often goes, though, the mice don't get off easy. Being stripped of blood and then heme entirely is pretty much game over. But I, for one, am resting easier knowing that there's no nightmare-fueled jello mice running around with the chance to escape and breed and form an invisible army of horror and cheese theft. If you want to learn another way to turn yourself invisible while keeping all your blood in you, Amy's got a video on that over here. If you've got a story of a time science did something awesome for lab mice, I want to hear about it in the comments. I'm not a vegetarian or anything, but I can only read so many stories about lab mice before I need to pick me up. Until then, I'll see you next time on D-News.
This episode of D-News was brought to you by the Buy Power card from Capital One. Every purchase brings you closer to a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac vehicle.